What's going on, y'all? It's Liam Crowley with ScreenRant. I'm here at South by Southwest, and right now I am joined by the cast of The Dutchman. Guys, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So The Dutchman, obviously, it's an adaptation of a very famous play. Andre, I know you have a long storied relationship with the stage. What was it like to kind of take something that's a stage production, bring it to the on-screen, while also, using the elements of the stage that you're so familiar with?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it was a challenge, honestly. I mean, the whole story takes place two people on a single subway train, and on the stage you might have just sort of one set that you have those actors in, but in a film we use a real New York subway train. I mean, that was the whole thing, was trying to maintain some level of authenticity, shooting on the streets of New York, in Harlem. Shot also downtown, and then shot in the Bowery station. And so it was a challenge. It was a lot of work, but we had some fantastic actors and some really great source material to work from.
Amazing. And this is, Andre, this is your feature directorial debut for fiction?
Yeah, so I'm the director. So
Yes.
André Holland is the star of it. Yeah, so this is my narrative feature directorial debut.
What was it like to jump from documentaries to fiction?
It's I really love both mediums. I think both of them have a different level of flexibility for each, and I think the great part about the narrative side of things is getting to work with some fantastic talent, like my cast here, who can ask for a better group of folks.
Mm-hmm. And we're expanding the source material a bit with the film. Aldis, your character of Warren specifically, I believe we get to expand him a little bit more. What was it like to kind of develop that backstory?
For me, it was fun just because, I'm sitting here with Gaines and Holland just trying to figure it out. And, I've known Andre Holland for a minute. So we've always been crossing each other's paths, trying to get on a job together. So it was nice jumping into this because of we get to develop what their friendship is in a very small, sort of truncated space, trying to maximize the poignancy of what he means, right? So for me, because of the crazy journey that Clay, Holland's character, goes through, I look at the positions around him that are either helping push him towards that journey or trying to hold him back. I won't say for this audience, what I think Warren represents, because you should go see it. But I think he does serve to have a very interesting position in Clay's journey, and what that means, I think, beyond just the individual, but what it means, societally, because there are a lot of things we go through and a lot of people we deal with that represent these kind of things to us. So it was nice just taking the friendship, but also taking the theoretical value of it and trying to give it some shape on screen.
Absolutely. Zazie, your character, you said to one of our other interviewers, Grant, on the red carpet, that you wanted to take her beyond just being the supportive wife. Can you kind of expand upon that and explain, how you went about approaching that?
Yeah, I think, Kaya is a created character in terms of she's not in the source material. So we did have sort of space to shape her, which was cool. And I, Clay, André Holland, who Clay is my husband in the movie, he's going through a lot of, but I also think that Kaya is going through a lot. And I wanted that represented in that, his experience, she's also struggling with it. And I wanted them to meet each other in their complication. I think this movie talks about a lot of things, and one of them I think is also communication. And, as a couple, how can they meet each other, and how can they reveal their flaws to one another and accept each other's flaws, which is, I think, what we're also trying to do, in greater society as well. And so for me, I needed Kaya to also have flaws and not just be kind of this, because I think Clay sort of envisions that he has to be this perfect person for the world and also for his wife, which I don't think is not fair to Clay, but also is not true. She's not better than him. She's not, they're both flawed individuals who are just trying to make a relationship work. And so it was important for me to to make sure she was also making mistakes in the journey of this story as well.
And how does Clay feel about the journey that he's on with Kaya?
Well, when we first meet him, he's frustrated, as you'll see in the opening scene of the movie. He's a person who's been living kind of trapped inside of himself. He's unable to express his emotions. He's not the best communicator, and that's presented a big problem in their relationship. And of course, throughout the course of the movie, you see him, thanks to Kate Mara's character, being forced to confront those parts of himself that he had submerged.
Very much so. Kate, it's good to see you again. Busy weekend for you. How fun is it to kind of have so many different genres that you're bringing here to South by, especially with the Dutchman being more serious, the astronaut getting into some sci-fi, and Friendship being outright comedy?
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, it's an actor's dream. It's my dream anyway, to just be able to, play different characters and constantly challenge myself in that space. And this role specifically was definitely different and a challenge for me. And yeah, it was a really it was an interesting thing to have to shed this character and move on to such a different one following, because this Lula, the character I play in The Dutchman, is definitely very intense and really hard to wrap your head around. It was hard for me to wrap my head around playing her. But again, like, such a dream role, really, and such a dream cast. So I was really excited to dive into the material. It was a really, really unique experience.
Were any of you familiar with the original play before you signed on?
Yeah, I think several of us.
Yeah. André Holland, we went to school together at NYU, so we've known each other a long time. So he was my first call, to play Clay, and I knew he had some familiarity with the play coming from drama school. But yeah, you can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's a play that's important to a lot of young actors. It's kind of a rite of passage. I think when you're in drama school, you get handed this play and you try to figure it out. And I think, when you're 19 years old and you get it, all you want to do is emote and yell and throw things and swear and all that stuff, which is all fun. But coming back to the play as an adult, it's been interesting to look at it from a more sort of critical, analytical lens and really trying to understand what it is that Baraka was trying to do with the play, and then what we might be able to do with this movie that can also, in addition to being entertaining, also do some work in the world.
Absolutely. Quite the full circle moment for a lot of you here.
Yeah.
Guys, congrats on the film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.